just take a moment to weed your way out of the stimulation. Overabundance of stimulation. Oh, some pretty powerful stuff. A lot of energies are very, very potent. And I think part of my job, our job, is to recognize this, create a system, strengthen our practice for ourselves so it doesn't come in as close. It's the only way I see it happening. So allow yourself to just come in, let this stuff down for a few breaths and nourish ourselves. Welcome to Zenful Conversations, and thank you so much for being here and sharing your loving energy and making this a beautiful community that it is. Thanks for that. We're in our 6th year. We're here every single day. We're in our 6th year, which is nothing short of amazing. So again, thank you for practicing together. Thank you for sharing in this beautiful practice. The Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo is the book that we're following this year, which is leading us through a beautiful meditation. This New York Times bestseller is described as having the life you want by being present to life you have. The miracle is that we're here at all. The message we're offered today for this day number 1873 is titled Ancient Friends. Ancient Friends. We're started off with a quote by René Dumont. One climbs, one sees. One descends, one sees no longer, but one has seen. There is an art in conducting oneself in lower regions by memory of what one has seen higher up. Ooh. When one can no longer see, one can at least still know. Excuse me. This is lovely. There is an art in conducting oneself in lower regions by memory of what one has seen higher up. We know. And this is life, man, these ups and downs. This practice of ours, keep it a little more stable, a little less traumatic. That's why it's important to me. It's allowing me to enjoy life much more. Because it's not that none of us are immune from these unreal and terribly shocking things that happen in life. Sometimes seem impossible to even get over some of them. But these messages let us know that we can, if we breathe through the tough sensation, find softness in the pose. In the 700s, in the Tang Dynasty in China, the poet Li Po wrote what is now a famous poem, Letter in Exile. It was for his ancient friend, So Kin of Rakuyo. In the poem, we learn that the two have been deep lifelong friends, though they've only been together a handful of times. By the end, Li Po is awash with his old friend's presence. What is the use of talking? And there is no end of talking. There is no end of things in the heart. We are moved to ask, how is it possible? They have spent more time apart than together. Yet the presence of a friend like this can shape one's entire life. If blessed, we have one. Or maybe, if wealthy in blessings, two friends like this during our time here on earth. It's as if Li Po and So-kin are stars in each other's constellation. Brief but enduring points of light. The difficulty then has always been how to make it across the dark from point of light to point of light. Let's hear that again. Let's breathe. Let's take a pause. Let's hear that again. The difficulty has always been how to make it across the dark from point of light to point of light. This is the province of faith, the preservation of presence when we are not lighted. The friendship itself is a metaphor for another kind of friendship. Our lifetime kinship with truth, with love, with unity, with God. Like Li Po without So-kin, we may spend much of our time unaware and unenlightened. Yet the presence of truth and God, like a deep and ancient friend, can shape our entire lives. So the inner task becomes, how do we make a lasting friendship with the unities that are larger than us? How do we keep their light in our heart when no stars appear in sight? This is nourishing to me. This is nourishing ourselves through each. To me, the more I nourish, the more I feel in tune with this light. I think I see the light more than if I wasn't practicing. I think I feel it more. I think I become it more. I think I shine more. This is why we're here to practice 1,873 days in a row. We need this nourishment. It's vital. This quote at the beginning, we climb, we see, we descend, we can't see anymore, but we have seen. We have seen our golden wings, ladies. There is an art in conducting ourselves in the lower regions by memories of what we know. We get bogged down, we forget what we know, or we give up on ourselves, or we don't hold us as important as everything and everybody else. We should at least be as important. We know. So take a breath. Breathe deeply. Settle in. Relax the jaw. That got a little intense. Bring it back down. Soften it all again. Open up again. Release it again. Find the stillness. Breathe deeply and recall one special moment of truth in your life that has guided you over the years. So think about that. Recall one special moment of truth in your life that has guided you. Breathe lovingly and bring this truth into view. Let everything else go to the background. Bring this one up. Smile and bow to this truth like an old friend that you haven't seen in years. Pray to it with gratitude. This truth. Mine was dulled down by a lot of layers of stuff, from old patterns that some I was raised with, some I adopted by previous relationships, the lack of self-worth. The damn stories I told myself were worse than anything I accumulated from anybody else, to where and then we overwork ourselves, we overstimulate ourselves with food and who God else knows what. And we really don't nourish ourselves enough, and we don't seem to eat well enough, and we don't seem to take care of ourselves enough on a physical, mental, spiritual levels. All these layers of bullshit cover up it was like weeds covering a tree, suffocating our truth. We don't even say what we feel half the time, care about how we feel half the time. I couldn't be more thankful that I stumbled across the yoga teacher training at Heartwood. It was a beautiful 50+ program for 50+ women. It was, so my lack of self-worth wasn't concerned about being with somebody that could do headstands, because I couldn't do nothing. Because it's not about that. It's not about the pose, what you can do in the pose. It's far deeper. And I couldn't believe how beautiful of an experience it was. One of the best decisions I've ever made, one of the best experiences I've ever had. Allowed me to pull those weeds off layer by beautiful layer, and I just haven't stopped doing that because it feels so darned good. And yes, know my truth now, to where I didn't even think it was there. This is the value of the practice, though. What an amazing message today. So there is an art in conducting oneself in lower regions, because we're gonna be there, and we gotta watch out for the quicksand, because it'll suck you up faster than you know what happened. We have to know it's there and set ourselves up to make sure we stay safe. So there is an art in conducting oneself in lower regions by memory of what we have seen, honoring ourselves, our truth. Woo-wee. Let's see. That's a powerful message today. Thank you so much for coming by and sharing in this practice. Truly. From my heart to yours, and receiving your heart to mine. Please visit zenfulconversations.com. Next week on Wednesday, we have guest speaker Phyllis Ginsburg with her brand new book that was just released on Tuesday, and empowered you. Phenomenal learning we can do here. You get to ask questions or just come by and listen and learn, but grab your favorite beverage and get a comfortable place to sit and come sit. It's free. It's a beautiful environment. Next Wednesday, March 20th at 4 p.m. Eastern is what that is. You could sign up at zenfulconversations.com. Also next week, Thursday, the 21st, we will have the Zenful breath, which is just a quiet interlude practice. And that is on Thursday, March 21st at 4 p.m. Eastern as well. And you can sign up on Zenful Conversations for that year. Let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for sharing in this beautiful practice always. Always. Namaste. Namaste.